Okay, so in this part of the tutorial, we'll go ahead and start making our facial GUI system. This isn't really that difficult to do. It's just going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of effort to actually go ahead and make our facial GUI system. As you can see, I'm just going to start by creating NURBS curves, and the best way to do this is, simply just try to match the face control that we actually have already set up through the face machine. And that's basically it. We just basically want to try to match the same face control that we actually have already. And then we'll just, in the next lesson, go ahead and make all the connections that we need to make. Since we already have a lot of control inside of the face machine rig itself, we can simply just make the connections and use that, and then just have blend shapes to go ahead and drive a lot of the motion and a lot of the movement inside the face. So for right now, you see me just making curves and trying to adjust the size to properly fit what we have in the scene. And I'll make sure I rename everything properly here. Making the facial GUI here will just take a little bit of time. Like I said, we want to try to just basically match the shape that we already have in the rig, and I'm just simply doing that with NURBS curves. It's just a custom tool that I use and that I've created. Instead of having to, simply draw out all the shapes manually, I can just simply click a button and it'll make all the NURBS curves that I need. Try to save myself some time here. It's mainly just, a circle shape, and just scaling it and duplicating them to try and match the face machine widget setup that we have. And there you see I brought in a customized shape, and I'll just duplicate it for the other side here. And then just go ahead and move those over. as you can see, I mean, quickly we can, pretty much just match the shape that we need for this face machine GUI here, or for the face GUI here. And it's just adding, as much control that you think that you're going to need. The next lesson will be a little bit more time consuming because we have to make all the connections. And we'll do this a little bit different than some people would do it. It's just a lot of, Control D to duplicate everything. And then just set everything where it needs to be. And making sure that once I have everything created, that I clear the history and freeze the transformations and center the pivot on all of the curves. And when I'm moving the mouse off screen there, it's just simply to change the color of the control curve. And I'm just trying to do that to save real estate for screen space so that you guys can actually watch me go ahead and create the model or the face GUI here without really any obstruction. And generally, as you can see there, I mean, we basically have a face GUI system that's, fairly simple, but it's fairly understandable in terms of, how easy it was to go ahead and set up. And it basically matches our face. And right now I'm just seeing if I actually want to add a little bit of extra control to the facial setup here, but that box just isn't gonna, fit for me, so we'll go ahead and just duplicate these little control curves here, and we'll use these to control the inside part of the nose. And it's just key to go ahead and use, the right parenting conventions to get everything to parent correctly to the facial master GUI, which is the green line there. I'm making sure I center the pivot here, freeze the transformations, and clear the history on all of them. And as you can see there's our facial GUI setup. And with the blend shapes that we made, we'll have a lot of control inside of the rig, so we won't really be connecting any of the blend shapes to these control curves. These curves will be driving the actual face machine widget. And then with the blend shapes that you have, you'll have a lot of extra control to actually animate the face. And the key with that is just making sure that you lock and hide the channels that won't be animated. I'm just trying to get the right parenting conventions here. Parenting the inner to the outer, and then the outers to the master, basically. And I'll just lock and hide the channels for the eye controls there, since they won't really have any real connection to the face. Right, they're meant simply to, be stand-ins and sort of represent where the eyes are. And then we'll just go ahead and do the final parenting conventions here. Just make sure we have everything correct. And in the next lesson, we'll go ahead and create all the connections that we need to drive the face machine rig system. And there you go. There's our official GUI.